Hello. How are you doing? Do I know how to make hard-boiled eggs? I haven't done it, but yes. Why? Are you trying to make me feel bad knowing that I don't know how to cook? Because you're doing it. You boil it. And I've never once had to teach somebody how to hard boil an egg. You just boil it. I really don't know the steps besides boiling an egg. No, it's not your fault. It's not your fault at all. I don't... Aside from boiling it, I don't know exactly how long for in the steps. I just know how to. It's kind of something that I really don't know how to explain, that's all. Look. I know how to boil egg on instinct. But the time, I don't. I don't know how long for. I don't know what desired form besides your typical boiled eggs. I don't know if there's a certain... Some people may have different, I guess, different time, different settings. Some people may want their eggs cooked longer. Apparently there's how to boil eggs. 4 minutes, 6 minutes, 8 minutes, 10 minutes? Why? Why can't you just boil eggs for like 5 minutes? Why does there have to be like 4 different versions? But that's basically it. You just boil eggs. Now, honestly, it's one of the easier things to make. I have never done it, but having watched my parents and just being a human being, you kind of just collect these things as you go. Boiling eggs, though, yeah, that's basically it, though. You just boil it. Do I know perfect, like, heat levels? No. That's something that you kind of fidget with as you go on. But if you can, I would look it up online, see if you can find a best temperature for boiled eggs. If not, then you could just do it on trial and error and just see where it goes from there and see how it tastes, depending on what you add it with. As for a guy who only cares for his eggs to be boiled, I don't really care for my eggs otherwise. I like my hard-boiled eggs. I really don't know what else to say because I've never actually made it. But yeah. It's no problem. I know it sounds dumb and easy to... Oh, it's just simple as boiling it. But unfortunately, that's really the kind of answer I have for a guy who hasn't actually made any. But you are welcome. I don't really feel like I did much. But if you know how to cook actual breakfast, boiling an egg should not be a problem for you. But That's just me. Well, there's a... It's weird that the overworld is not very big. So how you doing today besides cooking 101 lessons, I guess. Not that I'm a chef. I'm poison. Oh shit, I need to heal. How was the game so far? If going off of like 5 hours of in-game time and really no boss for me to speak of, this game's not good. If you really want my honest assessment, I'm too early in, but this game is not very good. Compared to 1 and 2 thus far, Phantasy Star 2 is by far the best of the Phantasy Star series thus far. Alright, fine. Every time I try to play it, I lose it. In this game or the franchise? I have not felt this lack of interest. Just 3. Yeah, I have not felt the lack of interest for any of these games, and I've been doing a lot of freaking turn-based RPG games back-to-back with Final Fantasy, a mixture of this, a mixture of Pokemon. I've only did one stream of Legend of Dragoon. I'm doing a bunch of freaking RPG back-to-back, and even then, I'm not losing interest in any of them. This is the only game thus far that I have just not been happy with, and it hasn't even started. I just don't like what they did with it. This is coming from a guy whose favorite video game of all time is PSO. I'm trying to see if this franchise is actually welcomed into my list of favorite franchises. 2, Phantasy Star 2 has basically cemented itself as one of my favorite retro games. I loved Phantasy Star 2. Phantasy Star 2 is amazing. In terms of the competition, Phantasy Star is outbeating Final Fantasy right now. Let's see. Final Fantasy has 1 and 3 that I've played that's retro, that's good. 2 sucked. Phantasy Star has 1, 2, and possibly 3. This game still could be good. So, they're about par on even in terms of what good games and what's bad. However, the first 2 Phantasy Star games far outweigh Final Fantasies 1 and 2. 3, though, 3 was phenomenal. I'll look into downloading 4, 5, 6, and 7, so on. Oh my god, how many did they make? I thought they only went up to 6. That's only because that's how far I've seen up to on, like, actual buying-wise. Console-wise. I haven't actually tried looking up any. How many they actually made. Well, no, it's because when I buy them on, like, Xbox or whatever they sold them on, they have, like, random numbers. They don't even have them all half the time. So I saw, like, up to 6. But, Jesus Christ. Keep in mind that this did jump right into an MMO, and then stayed as an MMO. Unlike Final Fantasy, where it dipped between the realms, this did not. Even though it had Phantasy Star Zero, Phantasy Star Nova, everything from Phantasy Star Online onwards was an MMO. They hardly dabbled back into the regular norm, because even Phantasy Star Portable, which was Universe, it's still based off the MMO. Same thing with Zero. Yes, true, the MMO is amazing. But that's just awkward considering Final Fantasy's dabbled. Whoa, Jesus Christ! I am such a freaking butterfinger. Says that, and I hit my mic. That's not even dropping anything, but that's just me because I'm a klutz. But yeah, Final Fantasy dipped in and out between the MMO and non-MMO realms. Phantasy Star has not since PSO, and I don't really count Phantasy Star Zero. Yes, that. Still technically PSO handheld on a DS. Same with PSP. It's still Phantasy Star Universe. May not be as big, but it's still co-op. And it's still based off an MMO. So I think Sega has not dabbled in a non-MMO Phantasy Star game since whatever the last game was. If you think about it. But no, yes, the MMOs. Hell yeah, I can't wait for PSO2. Hell yeah. Oh wait, you're not the, I don't know what my brain was derping. There we are. I really wish they didn't have this creepy ass music. I don't like it. I don't mind the changes in music, but I also don't like the fact that it doesn't continue. It just resets. That's the main thing about the battle theme I'm disliking here. Like, I get it with, wasn't there a bug in one of the Final Fantasy, later Final Fantasy games that did that? I'm not sure, but either way, a lot of the music and blushes in the same anyway, so towards the end of this playthrough, I'm going to be like, not really paying attention with all that. One of the major boss kills for me. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not liking it thus far, and I'm not liking the changes in combat for a turn-based game. I'm not liking that. Like, it's a little fast. Says the guy who was complaining that it was a little slow. That's because the Switch versions of some of these classic Final Fantasy games have spoiled me with some of the speed-ups. Even then, I didn't use it until the end. But it's just like, yeah, no. The music, this is fine. This theme right here, fine. However, when you're in the overworld, and you got the overworld and the game's battle music, restarting, it kind of gets old. I think the PS1 Final Fantasies did that, where I think the originals had a thing where it would, instead of continuing, it would just recycle it every time you entered in and out of a battle. I think they fixed that. I could be wrong. Let's go save and heal. I don't know. This game's not bad. It just feels different and step down. Phantasy Star 2 looked so good for its time. Even now, it looked amazing because of the choices they made. The colors stood out. The graphics were phenomenal for its time. Even now, they look gorgeous. Even now, I prefer the graphics of Phantasy Star 2 over modern games of most varieties. Phantasy Star 2 is a good example of a game that has aged well. In terms of graphics, anyway. Mechanics, probably not. I don't know when the laptop will be shipped. As for the laptop, I don't know. I was getting Phantasy Star going. I got that going. It should be ready to go anytime now. I got all your shit onto it. I just gotta put up your little note for all your passwords. I gotta put that onto your desktop so that way you know what your passwords are. And all your usernames for all the games. I have that. Steam's all good to go. I probably have to reinstall your controller though, because I know I had to factory reset this damn thing. And it turns out that it was just the battery that I needed to replace. So factory defaulting, that was kind of useless. But whatever, it don't matter. We got that fixed. You have a new battery, you can charge your damn thing, you can... And any other issues that was coming from that is gone. Now I'm just trying to get your PC just basically up and going. But other than that, it's ready to ship. I just gotta find the box, man. The biggest delay is not having the right box. I really don't want to just send it loose. I don't really want to just send it in any other box because I like to have my boxes. It bothers me enough that if I do ship this out, that I won't have that box anymore. But if I don't have this computer, do I really need it? No, but as a collector, I want my boxes. But I don't know where it is, and that's bothering me. Yeah. No, we'll plan Days for Left 4 Dead. Man, I've been planning Days for Left 4 Dead back when I was on YouTube. The only reason why that fell through is because getting people to be heard via YouTube is terrible. Well, getting people to be picked up while I was recording was terrible. I have a better setup now, even if I did record Discord. Because if me and you use Discord chat, I can have you actually on stream while talking to me. Which is why I pushed big for Discord. Because if you also want to stay in contact with me and a bunch of other people who love gaming and anime and stuff, Discord is basically Facebook, but with your fans and followers. Also, it's a way for me and you or Tom to actually chat if we're actually, co-oping. Because I'm going to want to know where you are. I'm going to need to talk to somebody. I can't be doing a co-op over text. Can't do that. All right. I think I need to buy stuff now. But don't worry. Your computer will come, man. I'll be sending it. Don't worry. I haven't even shipped it yet. It's right here. Please don't need to rush that. I've been busy with other things. And everything... Can't you... Yeah, I can, but... That's still loose. What I mean by loose is that the computer is going to be just in a box. I want the computer in its box so that it doesn't just go loose. I'm going to have to send it somehow. What do you mean? What do you assume I mean by loose? Do you mean I'm just going to send you the laptop with no box? No, I mean a laptop without its box that has no cushioning. And it's going to all be loose with every cable and imaginable. I'd rather have it all just in one spot in a nice case. Well, that's what I assumed you meant when you said if I can use a box, the one I put your controllers and headphones in. Well, unfortunately with that is I have no other way of sending headphones and other things that I've sent you. Those have to go in a box. But yes, it's going to be boxed. I just want to get it in a box and then box that box. Because its box will provide its cushioning. If it's loose, then I would need to provide a box big enough and cushioning. And also, I'm just worried. You tried Dead Cells? Nice. Dead Cells is amazing. I have it on the Switch as well. I have yet to play it on the Switch, but it's nice. If you haven't played Dead Cells much, I suggest you do. The game is amazing. It's probably one of my favorite roguelikes. Oh no, the game is hard. I'm not gonna lie to you, the game is hard. I was just working on trying to get all the damn weapons and all the damn like weapon upgrades and all the upgrade things for like my money, my health, and or whatever. Little bleh. Whatever nonsense that you get from the guy. I wanted to get all my passive stuff. Get all my weapons upgraded. After the intro area. You'll get better. You'll get better. You just gotta find your perfect weapon. And you gotta find your perfect setup. Whether you want more health, more attack damage, more whatever they added on into the game. You just gotta be lucky with the RNG that they give you for that route. Because trust me, yes, I keep dying in that game too. And there's way harder roguelikes. But no, it's a good game. Also, it plays the whole... Huh. Oh, nice. Hey, you should get Monster Hunter. We need to co-op that for the Switch. We also need to co-op Monster Hunter World again, but that can be streams for a later time. Monster Hunter World is due to return. It has a big return that needs to happen. I haven't streamed that since Iceborne released. And I'll be streaming that too. It's just a lot of things just come out. Other game franchises that I want to get through, which is why I'm focusing on one of the longer ends of it. Hell, there's still more franchises I want to go through. In terms of long-winded playthroughs of games like Phantasy Star and Final Fantasy. There's Pokemon. I want to get through Metal Gear Solid. Lord. Half of those games are all just cutscenes. Some of the earlier MGSs are so good, though. Witcher 3 for Switch, but it won't let me. You're trying to check out Witcher 3 for Switch, but it won't let you. What won't let you? That doesn't make any sense. Your Switch won't let you check it out? That's basically what you just stated. Sorry, I know I'm picky and I know the way you talk. The library won't let you. Why? You've already rent out games all the time, though. I don't get why they're not letting you. Yeah, I should know how you talk, but that's just me being a nitpicker. From another library that won't let me place a hold on it. What the fuck? Do you need to place a hold on it? Can't you just rent it when you're free to? I don't understand. Just get the game when you have the chance. Whenever you have the money, whenever your girl can get you the game, or whenever you can pick it up. Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate is phenomenal. I have to actually dabble into that game more myself. I last played it back when I was in that big world Monster Hunter World kick, and I just haven't played. What? The cave is blocked? Well, fuck you too then, game. Oh, wait, I don't want to go that way. Well, it looks like I have to go back to that dungeon to get to the other side of where I was. If you check out a game from another library, you place a hold on it, and then they ship it to your library to check out. Oh. That's cool and dumb at the same time, I guess. I'm not doubting it. I just think the idea is that they have a game that you can rent, but they don't actually have it, so they have to call in another place or find it from somewhere else. I find that stupid. How about if you have the item on display, but don't actually have the game for you to rent, to the point where you got to call in to get extra from another source? Why not just buy the actual copy? I'm talking to them, not you specifically. I'm just saying. God damn it. The Sapphire glows. Yeah, fuck off. I still need to check out Monster Hunter Generations. Got over 700 hours on World and need different monster to slay. Snake Plissken. I feel you on that front. I got to get more into Monster Hunter Generations myself. I put several hundred hours. I'd say probably about 500 hours in World myself. And easily could put more. So shocked library have video games and anime. Check out. I am shocked about the whole games and anime in general. I mean, originally it was just manga and CDs. Now they have an entire freaking... Now they have my entire room as a selection. Lord. I just wish YouTube and Facebook's commentators actually would appear in my stream chat list, not on screen. It just makes it annoying, because then I gotta follow that too. And I barely just noticed Snake's message. I would have missed it if I would have waited too long, because I can't scroll. The only way for me to actually read your messages, besides what's on my screen, as you can see what's actually appears for you guys on the overlay, but also if I were to go to YouTube myself. And I'm not watching off YouTube right now. I'm monitoring off Slobs. I'm not even on Twitch. I haven't monitored Twitch since Slobs integrated with it. Also more manga. Oh, they have more manga collection? Nice. I hope they just branch out mangas too. Last I checked, they had a lot of nothing but shonen stuff, which I get is like one of the more popular stuff, but they should branch out to other publishers, not just shonen manga. But I get it. That's everyone knows shonen manga though. Also, nice name, Snake Plissken. Funny, I was just mentioning Metal Gear Solid, and a guy coming in with Literally the main character. How's it going, David Hayter? Still fapping in that locker room? Ah, God. What sucks, they got rid of the OG Dragon Ball manga for the new one where they cover Bulma's tits and so on. God damn you for covering Bulma's 34C breast size. And for anyone who's wondering how I know Bulma's breast size back in Dragon Ball, she states it in both the manga and the anime. Ah, I will never forget that. That Bulma literally states her bra size. She is a 34C at the time of Dragon Ball, and that was at the beginning. That was when she met Oolong, of all people. This is the start of Dragon Ball, mind you. Not to mention all the time skips that Dragon Ball has been subsequated with, and many different iterations of Bulma's breasts. Don't even make me forget about that scene in Super where she's summoning Shenron, and for some reason her breasts are enunciated. To the point where everyone's all like, oh my god, Bulma's breasts! It's like, Jesus, did you not see a blue-haired woman's breasts before? God. She, like, literally flashed Roshi, like, 3 times. She actually flashed the main character, you. Not Goku, you. 4 times. Goku took her panties off. She flashed Roshi twice, and Krillin actually pulled down Bulma's shirt. So, technically, Master Roshi got to see Bulma 3 times. Not to mention when Oolong also did it when he transformed into Bulma, if you want to count that. Seeing as that's Bulma's body he was using. I'm such a nerd, I'm sorry. There was a time when all I did was watch anime. Oh. I think I'm 1 over. Yes. Mew is poisoned. Mew? Meow? I am going to get Kakarot, yes. I have a pre-ordered. Hey man, they're giving me they're giving me the Dragon Ball, they're giving me the games that I want in a Dragon Ball game. It better be goddamn good. My other 2 favorites never got sequels. Not that Fusions really needs a sequel, because what would they have done with it? I mean, look at Xenoverse. They made a sequel for that game and it did nothing with it. But like Fusions is one of my favorite Dragon Ball Z games only because it's a true RPG and it's different. Like with Attack of the Saiyans, it's a true to form DBZ RPG, but it's still just a Dragon Ball RPG. I mean, then again, when you take RPG and put your favorite franchise into it, it's really just going to be the same slapstick that what Final Fantasy and Phantasy Star have done. That's why I liked Fusions, though, because Fusions was a unique taste on turn-based combat. And not only that, they took one of Dragon Ball Z's biggest and most underused things, fusion, and made an entire game based around that. That's genius. But yeah, I'm looking hyped for Kakarot. I'm excited because I've been wanting a open world, not really so much open worlded, but I guess just a hub or an open worlded to explore. Not so much like Xenoverse, but something like, oh hey, here's Dragon Ball's universe. Here you go, run around in it. Something like Infinite World did, but better. Like, I don't even know why Infinite World had that, and that's a fighting game. It allowed you to run around the areas of Dragon Ball Z. But I wanted that for so long, and that made me happy when I was able to fly around in Fusions, when I was able to walk around the overworld maps, and if you want to count them, it's not really an overworld, it's more of like just hubs, different levels you go to. There really is no kind of overworld, but Attack of the Saiyans had you going from each point, walking around, you know, da-da-da. So I'm really excited for a RPG console game that's not Xenoverse, or for that matter, Ultimate Tenkaichi. Ugh. Look, I know DBO is a thing. They need to stop basing games around it. Xenoverse is amazing for what it did, but they need to kill it now. DBO is an amazing MMO, but they need to stop making Xenoverse clones. They did well with the first one. It's just because 2 didn't do anything different. Alright, so we kind of just wasted time, even though I don't know where. Well, I mean, it's a frozen hellscape. Thanks, man. I'm a huge Escape from New York fan. Oh. You're welcome, Snake. Sorry, reading Twitch chat and the YouTube chat is just awkward. It does suck that they got rid of the OG manga, though. That really does suck. Yay! But then again, even the manga I have is a bit censored, too. That's why I want to go out and buy the original. Make sure to use some fire Pokemon. This ain't Pokemon Ranger! I can't use effects in battle outside of battle. Yeah, but I think using that would have some bad complications on the. On just heating up this natural state of affairs. I think that would cause a lot more issues than it would help. That's gonna lead me to dead end. I can already tell. Also map. Well, I'm glad you're able to stick around, Pliskin. Yeah, just I do stream multi-stream on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. But my main thing is still Twitch, but because the chat that I'm reading for Twitch is by itself. The chat I'm reading for you is what you see on screen. Funny enough, they have a way, they have implemented all chats into one, but it's only when I'm not streaming that it shows. Because it allows me to switch between stream chat and all multi-chat, but it's so dumb. Also, this time's girlfriend's Wi-Fi. See, I don't think it was the Wi-Fi, I think it was me. I might have been streaming at, well, it might have been at too high of a setting, because I know a few people who try to watch me every now and then keep telling me that they can't watch because of encoding. It's Twitch. It's not you or me. It's Twitch, I think. Also, I think I lost my train of thought. I can't get on my boat. But yeah, I think it was because I was at 1080p yesterday. I dropped it down to 720 because that's Twitch. I don't think can go up to 1080p, so I just dropped it down back to 720. The reason I wanted to go back to 1080 is because why stream at 720 when I can stream at the best output, even though it doesn't really matter. But I think it actually limits people because of encoding. Also, try Skyrim. Nah. I have people here and there keep asking me to play Skyrim, like not consistently. I've had a couple people here and there asking me to play Skyrim, or I've had people in my personal life with people I met at work telling me to play Fortnite and play this and play that. It's like, okay, I don't mind playing some of these games. Games like Fortnite, no, because I'm not into Battle Royale PvP. Skyrim, no. Play the PC version of Skyrim? Is it because of the mods? Because I don't give a shit. If it's because of mods, I don't give a shit. Mods, I don't really care. I don't really mod a lot. Yeah, I really don't care. You're talking to a person who really dislikes to mod. Like, I don't hate it, but to me, it's on the same level as PvP to me. It's not something I do all that much. I will mod my games if there's some cool mods. Like in Dark Souls, there's some texture mods that you add, and then there's, a 60 FPS mod. And Phantasy Star, there was a mod that I was able to change up some weapon designs, but I don't even know if those same mods work on the current Phantasy Star that I have. Mode maps for Left 4 Dead. Is that really the best it has? If that's all modding has to offer, then it's useless. Maps. I'm sorry, that stuff just doesn't interest me. But yes, we'll do some modded Left 4 Dead. We'll do some Left 4 Dead maps. Oh, the post on Left 4 Dead? I only posted a post because it was the extra witch mode. To be fair, I didn't even watch that video. I just posted it because the thing said witch mode. I didn't even watch to see what they were talking about. I know nothing of what I posted. Yes, I know there's a lot of fan mods for Left 4 Dead levels. That's really honestly about it. So I honestly would probably be better off playing Skyrim on Switch. Because I don't care for mods. And also, no. The reason I already just stated that I'm never going to play Skyrim is because I've played Elder Scrolls before. And I know it's a jump from PS2 to now. But Elder Scrolls, Oblivion, and Morrowind are bad. I did not like them. Say what you will. I am not a fan of the Elder Scrolls. I jumped on that hype train a little late in its time frame. I remember seeing ads for those games all over Toonami. I didn't play it until my first time playing my Elder Scrolls was, I don't know, probably like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Pretty recent. But no, I am not playing Skyrim. I did not play Diablos, no. Diablo 3, no. I have not played a single Diablo game. I've seen it, though. I mean, basically, you play one MMO, you kind of play them all, don't you think? I mean, Diablo is really no different than a lot of these MMOs. gonna lie. Do you have Diablo? I love how there's a random ow, dungeon here. That's not you. No. What? Aha. Are you going to play Resident Evil after you're done with the RPGs? Eventually, yes. I don't know if I'm going to be playing Resident Evil alongside them or before or after them. Either one. I don't know when I'm going to play those and if they're going to be alongside some of these RPGs. But we'll see when the time comes and I start clearing out some of these game lists. Because yes, I am playing the classic Resident Evil series. And by that, I'm not playing the remakes until I beat the original. Just because. What's the point of a remake if it takes away all the fun of the original? Are they on Steam? Resident Evil? The originals, I don't know. The remakes are, yes. That don't matter, I have them. I have them on PS3. I have the originals on PS3. I may be missing one or two. I think like what, the first three? I think I would have to relook and see which other games they have on there. Because I think I have up to Nemesis. I could be wrong on which ones I own. But I know there's there's other ones too that the PS3 probably doesn't have. That I may have to buy the actual copy of. But as for Steam, I believe the remakes are. I could be wrong. I don't know what Resident Evils they have on Steam. I know they probably have 5, they have 6. They have the newest ones, let's just say. The newest ones and the remakes. If they have the old ones, I would not be surprised because Final Fantasy old ones are on there. A lot of old games are on there in general. Hell, they're selling like Dreamcast games on here on Steam and shit. Just give me PSO Remake, damn you. Give me a Phantasy Star Online Blue Burst Remake. Yeah, they have quite a selection of games. Like, because of that, I literally just bought... I think I bought a Sega bundle because I have, let's see, Crazy Taxi, Nights into Dreams, I have Sonic Adventure 1, Jet Set Radio. That's gonna be fun. I got Sega Bass Fishing. Guys, prepare for some Sega fishing. Prepare for fishing streams. I'm fishing for views. See what I did there? See what I did there? I have Bayonetta. I have Sonic CD, of all things. A lot of these were probably a bundle. A big Sega bundle. Bayonetta actually was by itself. I actually bought that by itself. It did not come with a bundle. But a lot of the Sega stuff that I bought, yes, they were a bundle. That's why I bought it. It's actually not that great of a bundle, to be honest. But yeah, if you are one of the hype trains for Resident Evil, which should have started last October. Actually, not last October, because that last October I actually didn't stream that entire, like, 2 or 3 months. I took time off. It was the October prior to that, the one that I did the Parasite Eve and the Silent Hill, that I didn't get around to doing Resident Evil because of. Thank God, because I managed to beat all the games that I did. Managed to get through Luigi's Mansion, Silent Hill, Resident Evil, not Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Parasite Eve, and I forgot, and Dead Rising 1. Because of that, I was able to get through those games. I don't think I would have made it if I had Silent Hill or Resident Evil on that list, but I could be wrong. And then I took last year's off, or this October off. I don't think I'm going to be doing that anymore. I mean, I'll stream for October, but I don't think I'm going to be doing a set thing like that anymore. I am hype. It was the first person in line to pick up Resident Evil Remake early. Well, I have a guy at work who's hyped, too, because he wants to see me stream them, so I'm going to have someone else to actually talk with besides you and, because you and my other guy that I work with are big fan of Resident Evils. I think, I kind of got this guy at work, building up towards streaming. I don't know when he's going to do it, but me and him have been talking about doing some streams and stuff, and his biggest game that he does is World of Warcraft. Whether or not he'll make a gimmick out of that, like I do Phantasy Star, where, you know, currency and all that based around that. But hey, if I can get some support just for a game, fine. It's happy with me. You got 30. Trying to save up for 3. You got 30. You got $30. Yeah. You got $30 towards RE3. Nice. I don't like this. I don't like the Lobos in the background. I don't like it. It's so dumb. It just does not look like it belongs. Oh, wait. Last minute design choice. Throw in a wolf. Upside down. Perfect. Let's make it look organic in a freaking material dungeon. This dungeon looks man-made, is my point. And that thing is just purely organic. Like, okay, the 2 rat things look organic, while that one weird snail dog breed thing looks man-made. So, the weird wolf chimera thing does not suit it at all. Oh, I'm one-shotting them. Nice. At least I think so. What? So many damn dungeons. Where did I emerge from? I see. Plus, gotta get the DLC. I don't like that they're releasing DLC. God damn it. Stop it. To be honest, I didn't really give you my fullest feelings on that because yesterday my mouth was in so much pain from the dentist appointment I had. I just didn't really feel... I don't know. Yesterday just wasn't feeling it much yesterday. I was tired and my mouth was sore from the dentist. To be fair, I feel like I was in a kind of a bad mood last night. But yeah, I'm not too... Look, I haven't gotten into Pokemon. I have not been in the mood for it lately. I haven't played much of it. I will be playing Pokemon on my own time. I will be streaming it when I get to Sword and Shield. But the idea behind DLC for the first time is something I've been wanting. Only because Nintendo is kind of behind on that. But to do what they're doing with it is dumb. All they did was expand it. Yes, I get it. They gave us more content. They can do that without DLC, though. Well, they can do it with DLC without paid DLC. They can release download content without making you pay an arm and a leg for it. Or they can release it into one dang thing. For a guy who owns both games, it's annoying that I'm going to have to buy it twice. Instead of it being just a normal update, like what the previous gens got when it came to updating additional content into it. Just update the damn game, god damn you, Nintendo! I'm sorry, it's dumb. It's finally nice to see them hit the modern era-ish. But them releasing DLC like this for a game that I feel just isn't as good as it could have been. Meaning that this game was not only rushed and it's proved, and they're trying to make it better. That's all they're doing. That's my opinion. Is that this game was... I wouldn't say it was that heavily rushed, but they could have done a lot more with it. You mean take their DLC and update it? I mean, you still had to download, I think, Iceborne to play it, correct? Even though the update made it Iceborne? Is that correct? Because even without the update, you still get the Iceborne, like, logo. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yes, they should have done that. That's what Iceborne did, yes. Even though if you don't have it, you still have the stupid logo for it, or whatever. I don't know how it works if you don't have the DLC, but Dark Souls did the same thing. I don't know if it was all Dark Souls, or if it was just 2. But in Dark Souls 2, when you go to the DLC, because you need specific keys to access them, so you're able to visit the very first area of each DLC, because they made it so you can co-op with friends who actually don't own it. So if I were to play Dark Souls 2 with you right now and get online and go into the DLC, you can join me in the DLCs as long as I summon you into them. They should have done that. As long as one person owns them, the host can play, the friend of who's being joining the host can still play the DLC's world. Even though you don't own it. That's the purpose of that. They didn't make it so, oh, your friends don't have it. Oh, you're out of luck. Okay. I really don't get these shrines! Whatever, I'm just a nitpick. I'm just nitpicking. It's just, I just think I'm losing it for Pokemon. I've been playing that game on and off since it first released. Not really initially it first released, but you know what I mean. I've been playing Pokemon heavily since the Game Boy days. How do I leave? Okay, good. Okay. Oh, Irving, do you know what's coming out? Yeah, I gotta start shiny. So do I! So do I. God damn it. Every damn iteration, I gotta start over. No, it's not a bad thing. I actually love shiny breeding. Breeding is so good. I'm sorry. I love it. It's just... but I don't know if you've seen this. They're remaking freaking Mystery Dungeon. Red and blue for the Switch. Hallelujah. I'm so happy. I played the demo. There's one issue I have with it. It's graphics. This may sound dumb and may date me. Some games look better in their original form. Some games look better remade. It looks fun. Oh, it's as fun as it's as fun as if you remember. If you played and beat the original Red and Blue Mystery Dungeon and are a fan of the series as I was, I wouldn't say I'm a fan of the series, but if you loved the games as much as I did, then you would know that the first ones are the best, only because, to me, it's the point of Pokemon. Going in there, trying to get them all. Being able to literally befriend any Pokemon from the first 3 generations and being able to be them is one of my biggest things. So being able to go and capture Mewtwo and being able to use him is amazing. So I'm excited for the remake. I don't like what they did with its graphics. I wish they would have kept it... I don't know. Just the original look that it had just looked good to this day. Not that the remake may not look great. I don't know, because I didn't really play much of the demo. In fact, I didn't even play the demo to its end. I played the first initial mission where you go and rescue the Caterpie. Got my character, which is a Squirtle. And initiated me beginning more jobs, but I didn't really do much. The demo is good. I like it. I mean, if you enjoyed the original Red and Blue for the DS and GBA, you'll like the remake. However, if nostalgia is a big factor in like your games and anything like that, you may not like it all that much in terms of graphics. And that's a big thing to me. Graphics don't always matter, but it's nice to have a good set of graphics to go along with a game that you're freaking looking at for hours on end. But I can't wait. I really can't. It's fucking hype. I have that's coming out this month. Oh man, there's too many damn games. Well, I mean, you played the same, it's the same game. It's the same game. The reason why they made one DS and one GBA is so you can trade. Not so much trade, I think there's like 1 or 2 Pokemon that you trade. And then they also made it that way, so... Oh, hey, you're stuck in a dungeon? You have a friend? Let's link together by connecting your game into my DS port. Or whatever, your GBA into my port. Sure, then nailed it. Oh shit. Fuck, she's poisoned. But yeah, they're the same thing. But they're the same thing. But graphics aside, the gameplay is still good. It's still the same gameplay. They even have the features that the original had, which is good. I'm glad they didn't take out. I don't know why they would. It was such a big staple. The speed up function and, you know, all the other like simple slice of life slice of life stuff that you would think that a remake may take out. But it didn't. I don't... Oh, wait, I wanna... Oh. I don't like how it's 3 globes. The overworld is a globe. I don't like that at all. I really don't like that at all. Rappy? Go away. A town! Motherfucker. Okay, good. Don't poison me! My lord. What level are you? You're 13! No wonder. How's the gum? Amazing? Amazing! It's actually, I feel like it's doing a lot more than it did in my past. But then again, this time around, I don't have a girlfriend. Not gonna lie. Having a girlfriend at the time when I tried to quit did not help my situation. You would think it would, but also a girl breaking my heart in half at the time of me trying to quit did not help. But no, the gum is amazing. I'm going on day 10. Yeah, day 10, or day 8 or day 9. Yeah, I think I'm on day 10. That'd be a yes. Blanket, don't kill me. That'd be a yes. Day 10. No cigarettes for 2 weeks. I've only had this for weed. That's it. And even then, I haven't really been... I've been trying to save up money. I haven't really been trying to buy that either. I've just been saving up money. The cyborgs of... The cyborgs of Hazatak rarely get human geests. I was about to say, is that a walking, talking trash can? Or is that just C-3PO R2-D2? Hunting shot. Sword. Laser noodle. Royal noodle. Hunting shot? Started downloading the demo for Pokemon. Nice. It's the same game, dude. Same game. So far, I have not... I mean, it's the demo. But I probably won't notice until I actually play the official game if there's any changes whatsoever to it. Which I'm sure they might add DLC, if anything. What Pokemon did with the newer Mystery Dungeons for the 3DS and the Switch... No, wait. Yeah, 3DS, not Switch. The 3DS ones, is they add DLC for them. They have like, here's an actual dungeon or blah, 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 blah. Not very many Nintendo games have DLC. But one of the newer Mystery Dungeons did. That was the 3DS Mystery Dungeon, which was the newest one at the time. Which I think is still the newest Mystery Dungeon. Because this is just a remake. But they probably will add in DLC, yes. They still have the friend feature from the original. Minus the whole, here, insert my game cartridge into your DS slot. Into the GBA port. So I think now it's going to be based off connection. Unless internet usage is a thing. So if that's the case, me and you can probably co-op in extent to whatever co-op that game has. Which does have a function if I fail in a dungeon. That I can call a friend. That was the whole purpose of it. But I don't think I've ever did that. Because we never really played the game simultaneously. Either way. Either way, I'm just hyped. The graphics may not appeal to me as much. Just because I don't like some of what they make with it. Because they usually go for the more ugly 3D route. instead of, you know, classic route. Like I liked the other mystery dungeon for the 3DS. Forgot what it was. It was the one with the Mushanna. And the Hydreigon is the main character, or the main, like, villain. No, Hydreigon was good. It was the Mushanna that was the main villain. Yeah. That game kind of threw me for a loop. It was that one, I forgot. Super Mystery Dungeon, I think it was? I forget. But there's 2 3DS games that had the graphic style that I prefer for 3D. The way that the Switch version looks just doesn't appeal to me, but it's still gonna be a fun game. An old crazy cyborg wanders the desert. Who? Me? Sounds like the weather control needs adjusting. God dang you, climate control, I thought we dealt with you in 2. Find Ren, then go east to fix the weather. Why am I the weatherman? This was a thing. We did this in 2. With the climate control and bio monster nonsense and Mother Brain. The one you seek abides in the Western Cave. How do you know what I look for? Why did I go Russian? Hello? Ah, you. You in the unmarked place. Why doesn't your store have creepy music that I dislike? Cape, protector, bandana, headgear, steel emerald. That's not what it says. Oops. I don't think I need the bandana then. I didn't mean to buy that. There. Oh. Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah, that's weaker. Of course it is. All right. Rip money. All right. Alright. So she's missing. Yeah, she's missing feet. She has no feet! It's okay. I thought I bought her boots. Buckle? Okay, head, hands, torso, feet, buckle. What the fuck is buckle? Yeah. For an RPG, I'm not really caring about gear. Right now, I'm just trying to friggin' get through this game. Don't know what it is about 3, but I'm not enjoying it right now. It's just the simplest changes that I'm not liking about it. It's combat. Even though it's the same. It's graphics. Ugh. There's nothing really to compare when it comes to these older games, so graphics is a big factor when it comes to not liking something of this old game of an old as old as this. Sounds like the weather control needs adjusting. Find Ren, then go east to fix the weather. So, an old crazy cyborg wanders the desert. I'm assuming that's Ren. Excuse me? Well, thank you, Facebook. I'm glad whoever's claim on one of my videos that has music in it got released. Whatever the hell that means. Not like I make money off these other places. Whatever, I don't give a shit. The one you seek abides in the western cave. So find Ren, go east to fix the weather. Why is the weather such a thing I could fix, though? How does one fix the weather? Okay, there's a cave I have to go to. I mean, there's several caves. There's several caverns. You wonder how this game is? He's talking about Pokemon still? If you enjoyed the original Mystery Dungeon games, you'll like the remake regardless of its changes. At least I think so, unless they add some shit that makes the game completely different. Oh, 3. Sorry, I don't know how old that conversation is. I don't even remember reading that message. This game's not that bad. Coming from 2, though. Coming from a game like Phantasy Star 2, which is definitely my favorite thus far. Only because I have 1, 2, and this to go off of, and even then, I haven't even played this enough to really go off of that. But this game has definitely fallen. If you're going off of its predecessors, it's definitely. But seeing as how the games have aged, I'm not surprised that this game sold well enough to even merit an MMO. I honestly, while I'm not great at remembering a lot of old school RPG storylines, I feel like Phantasy Star so far has the best story. Not that I really care a lot of story in these games. It's weird. I love story in games, but RPGs like these, it's hard for me to really remember a lot of that. But I think the story in Phantasy Star thus far has been better than Final Fantasies, and I don't think any of the Final Fantasy stories are any particularly good. I mean, they're all right, personally, but a lot of the stories in Final Fantasy are kind of like, what the fuck? And then they get weirder at the end. Like, my first time through 7, I'm like, what the fuck's going on? This cave is blocked. Progression, thank you. Thank you, Progression. I love ye. And there's too many shrines about. I don't have a character that can access them that I know of. I mean, there is that one dungeon over there. I'm assuming that one little dungeon that I went in prior is where I gotta go. But why do that when I can go and level up and try to fight at another dungeon? I don't know why they can't just give you a detail. I just can't. Why they can't just give you a full map of the one overworld you're on. I miss traveling the planets. I miss too. Ugh. As it pains me to say it, I even miss Skyr. No one misses Skyr. Skyr? Whatever it's called. No one misses Skyr. And I miss Skyr. A map. Hey, this is an upgrade. The first two didn't have a freaking overworld map. But this is your overworld map. It's still just as bad as Final Fantasies having to go in and out of a freaking menu every time to use midget bread. Yeah, I said that right. Midget bread. That's the main reason why it's not even that bad. It's just the main reason why I'm bad with layouts is just because you don't see it enough. So, like, I'm not going to ever memorize an open-worlded area, ever, because I don't see it enough. So, when it comes to Final Fantasy and these, I have to go in and out of a map menu every time for a few steps or whatever, because I don't have a big detailed version of it in front of me unless I'm looking at a map on my computer. But even then, I'm gonna have to go re-in the map because I was chatting. Even then, there's really no landmarks to really help me, kind of. I know where I'm at, barely. But what in the actual fuck am I fighting? Why do these enemies just... They don't feel like they belong. The other dudes I was fighting, fine. But not them. Are you in JoJo? That's what I'm thinking. What is going on here? Everyone's doing their JoJo stand pose. Next thing you know, we're gonna be introducing everyone to their stand. Wonder what stand user he was. That's a show I gotta actually dabble into more. With that and My Hero, I've only watched one episode. The last series I was actually dabbling into was Seven Deadly Sins before I stopped watching that. I think it was around season 2. Something like that. I don't remember. Okay. So is this You're reading the manga? Nice. For Seven Deadly Sins or JoJo? Or My Hero? I did mention like 3 series. Aha. Okay. Seven Deadly Sins. Nice. How is the manga? That's something I'll read in due time. The anime is not bad thus far, but I hear a lot of bad things about Seven Deadly Sins' future season. I don't know. I like it thus far. Considering it's an anime based off of things that we've seen in other things. Full Metal. Just more dabbled upon. Pretty good. Got to finish the anime on Netflix. Nice. Yeah, I haven't watched too far into it yet. I mean, the last thing I remember watching was the Immortal guy met up with a girl from his past or something, and it explains why he can't die. Something like that. Basically, the anime's long-winded way of saying, hey, I'm a character who's into what the Okay, that just took my train of thought. I was going to say, I am an anime character who also is in love with a girl who is far older than she appears to be. And here we are facing a giant freaking face. Please tell me how this is an enemy that fits into this game. His name's Grinder and his ears move. Stop. Season 1, but when I watch Netflix, it also depends on the girlfriend wants to watch. That's fine. Why does the ears move? Stop. That's so discerning. Ugh. Just go away already. Why are you alive? Oh my god. What did I just fight? Yeah, the faces were definitely creepy. And that's not even the creepiest part. The creepiest part is that they twitch their ears when they attack. That's creepy. But no, the faces are creepy. I would not want to meet that face in a dark alley, I'll tell you. Oh, wait. What am I... Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. Well, there's an NPC in here. And items. Maybe because it's Twitch. Probably. See, now with this background, it looks like I'm inside of something. And half these enemies don't fit in here. The wolf, the faces, maybe the faces. Because it's rock. I'm inside of a freaking mountain. But even then, just the way that they look inside of the battle menu. This doesn't look like it fit. The Lobos, the wolf thing, that weird dinosaur thing, the face thing, those don't look like it fits. The other enemies, though, like the little birds that I've been fighting, they still look like they fit the most. It's weird. I mean, these guys look like they fit. These and the other dudes I was fighting, they look like they fit here. But the other enemies that they freaking just tack onto the background, they don't look like they belong in this game at all. You just added me on the Switch. Nice. Yeah, I was going around. I realized I saw that I didn't have like any of my friends on my Switch just because I didn't give out my friend code. But then I saw it had a Facebook option, so I said, "Fuck it. I can easily add 5 times the amount of friends that I have just by this option alone." So I went around adding everyone that has Facebook. Well, anyone that has Facebook connected to their Switch, or Switch connected to their Facebook account. I did the same thing with the PS4 as well, for a few of my friends. I love how modern consoles connect to social media, because it makes it easier to connect. But yes, that's how I found a good chunk of you guys on the Switch. It's because of that I found out several of my friends on Facebook had Switch I didn't even know had. Baku, cuckoo, cuckoo. Dimate. Not that I really need a Dimate right now. At least this game's encounter rate is not as annoying as 1. Phantasy Star 1 could be improved majorly by taking out some of the stupid shit that you had to do. Get a freaking nut, put it in a jar, have a cat that can eat said nut to grow wings. Take that out, or at least make it easier. Because I'm just going to complain about stupid shit like that because I may be 30, but I didn't grow up with these games. So I'm still like not with the whole stupid shit that you got to do in RPG sometimes. Also, the random encounters in 1 was a little too high in some areas. I'd literally take a step and I'd get into a counter. And it just sometimes when I'm just trying to get somewhere, having to sit there and deal with every enemy animated while trying to run is a pain in the ass. So for anyone who wants to play Phantasy Star, if you guys have the Switch, buy Sega Ages on the Switch. They released Phantasy Star 1 under the Sega Ages title. It's basically just a re-release. It's not a remake, it's not a remaster, it's a re-release. All they did was add a map into it. They added a map into it. They also add in character portraits on the right or left side, because you can change it, to where you can see your character's health pool all on the side of the screen, and a map that tracks your steps in the dungeons. For the first game, that's a big deal. But if you want to play if you want to play Phantasy Star 2, 3, and I think beyond, you have to buy that Sega Genesis collection. Irving, if you saw that on the Switch, there's a Genesis collection pack that you can buy that contains Phantasy Star 2, 3, and I think 4? I could be wrong. I know 2 and 3 are on there. So if you've been wanting to play Phantasy Star on the Switch, you can, just not in the ways of 1's re-release. 1, yeah, Phantasy Star 1 is the only one that got a re-release by itself, known as Sega Ages. Phantasy Star 2, 3, and more, if they're all on there. I didn't check how many Phantasy Star games are on there. I know 2 and 3 are, but it's under a Sega collection pack. that you gotta get. So you get a bunch of different Sega games like Comic Zone and Sonic and whatever else. So I just realized that because I was like, oh wait, I want to play Phantasy Star 2 on my Switch, but I can't. And then I just went into that collection and saw it. It's really nice. Ugh. Get fucked. Don't poison me! Well, fuck. I am Ren-type cyborg programmed. Ah, oh, Genos! Well, it looks like we found our Vegeta of the One Punch Man series. The coolest character, but never does shit. Not saying that Vegeta doesn't do shit, because he actually does. It's just my point stands is he's second fiddle. Is my favorite characters are always the ones that are either second fiddle or get the least screen time. And in this case, Genos from One Punch Man follows that trend. He is the Vegeta of One Punch Man. Unfortunately. Except unlike Vegeta, Genos literally does not do shit! He tries. He's awesome. But man, does every fight he gets in, shows that he's just nothing. He's nothing. You're not anything unless you're the main character. I am Ren-type cyborg programmed to serve you. I'm a technical systems and combat specialist. Yeah, that's Genos for you. All right, party member. Now we can go and fix the the weather. Oh, good, level 1. Wow. I know I don't really use those pipes much in Phantasy Star Online, but I'm so used to them taking me to a city. So every time I use one of them in these games and they either take me to the exit of a dungeon like that, I'm not used to it. About time someone knew. Not that the last character I didn't get... What are you talking about? I got freaking Mew last stream. Touché, though. It is true. Funny, though. When I got her, I needed her to get on this guy's boat. This guy will only ferry me if I had someone who is a cyborg. She does not look like a cyborg. Unlike Ren here, who clearly looks like he's enhanced. But Mew is a cyborg. She was able to get me onto that dude's boat. She even stated it herself. But yet, she does not look any more human than this guy. Huh. What do you got on you, sir? Nothing. But... Oh. Good old Japan. Indeed. Okay. So you're my... You're basically my white mage. And you're my black mage. Okay, so you have all the attack spells. And buff. Huh. He's got all my buffs and attack spells. Nice. Not that I really use a lot of these spells in these games. I don't really use spells a lot in RPGs in general. I just don't know the names of all these spells. Despite having played Phantasy Star Online, there's a lot of spells that that PSO doesn't have. Because there's a lot of spells that they approved upon, turn one thing into another, or they just don't have them anymore. Because there's a lot of spells that are basically changed, or like I said, they combined it into one, or they took some out. Figures. Well, I guess now I need to go back to town and heal up. Let's level up Ren. Oh yeah, he needs... I don't even know what weapon he uses. Great. Poison in this is almost as annoying as poison in Pokemon, minus it doesn't hurt you when you move. To be honest, I'd rather it do that than do what it does in here. For anyone who doesn't know, poison is a status effect that prevents me from healing myself. So in reality, it's more annoying than it is a status effect. I'd rather have it damage me. That way I can heal. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, without antidotes, I need to go back to a town and recover poison, because I cannot heal. That's why I'd rather have poison do what it should. Damage me, like in Final Fantasy or Pokemon. At least you don't gotta hear the every 5 seconds, though. Okay. Well, despite this, I feel like we are making progression. I mean, we're fighting more creepy nude unicorn men. Eunuch men. Sure. Still processing that. Aww, cute little chicks. It's about time we stop fighting these things, though. Like, I'm happy to get other enemy types, but hey, Ren gained a level. But it's time I stop fighting some of this shit. Don't drop the soap. Are you referencing a scene? Or are you just saying that out of nowhere? Because that is a... a very good reference to Half-Baked. If you're not trying to reference Half-Baked, then it's just random. Oh, because of the JoJo monster. Is that a line from JoJo? Because I know that's a line from Half-Baked. I'm sorry, don't drop the soap is one of the most commonly used lines, or is a often referenced line in that movie. So whenever I hear it, I instantly think of that movie. Hey, I don't know. I have not watched JoJo. I've only watched one episode. I don't understand the reference. Besides the one to Half-Baked. Sure, why not? Yeah, I gotta cure this poison, though. So does your girl enjoy watching my streams too, or she off doing her own thing? No. 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 No, 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 no. What do you got to say? Blah, 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 blah. So now I gotta go east. An old crazy cyborg wanders the desert. I'm assuming that's a Ren. She playing Tomb Raider. Oh, nice. Find Ren, then go east to fix the weather. Nice. That's a series I gotta... Oh boy. That's another series I gotta add in to the litter. Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider. She just beat it? Nice. Nice. Well, that's good. That's always good. Is there no way... Where's the... hospital? I guess I'll just buy a freaking antidote then. Can I just buy multiple, please? Like, seriously? Old RPGs. Why does it take so long for you to implement multiple buying? Like Final Fantasy III did it, and it had it in a weird way of like, do you want to buy 4 or 10 of this? But at least they did it. Gimme. Give me all the mono mates. Give me all my mono mates. Give me my mono. Give me mono. Don't give me mono, please. All right. Let's stock up now. All right, cool. Okay. Poison cleared. So let's buy 2 more antidotes. Okay. We'll save, and then we'll see about stocking this guy up with some items. By that I mean gear, because he already has items. All right. Let's see. Cape? Oh. Poo. Right. Right. Can't. Alright. Then we'll discard one. Yeah. That's fine. Can't... No, I don't want it. Protector. Banana. Sorry, you can't... Oh, that's still part of my inventory. Right. Okay, I can see where they get that from Phantasy Star Online. I should not be expecting this to be any similar to an MMO, but... I should also expect it to be similar to it as well, because this is where it started. It also doesn't help the fact that I am playing other games, though. So I'm getting a wide variety of different combats and mechanics and things that each turn-based RPG has that changes up the formula. Which is why Pokemon is kind of, going back to that topic, which is kind of why Pokemon in its own right is not going anywhere in terms of, to me. It's because it's, while yes, it's the same over and over again, games like these and Phantasy Star and or Final Fantasy and Phantasy Star, they implement different things that change up each game's iteration for combat and, you know, mechanics and stuff like that. They change up so many different things to make each game feel unique. Pokemon doesn't, is the problem. And I don't really know what Pokemon can do, considering Pokemon's basis. There's really not much of what Pokemon can do that won't ruin anything. They tried with Sun and Moon and failed miserably. They took out the basis of gym badges and HMs. Basically, your HMs are basically just glorified, oh, ride your Pokemon. While I loved it, I didn't like that they replaced HMs. While I did like the idea with no badges, I didn't like what they did with it. If that's all Pokemon can do to change up its flow, it's going to be a tough time. With Final Fantasy changing up iterations and different mechanics every generation, every game, Phantasy Star is following suit while still keeping the same core mechanics of an RPG franchise. Phantasy Star hasn't changed much, but that's what Pokemon is sorely lacking. But honestly, with Pokemon as is, I think it's kind of locked. But that's, to me, that's the biggest reason why Pokemon as a whole, as an RPG, it's starting to fall off comparison to its competitors, it's because games like Final Fantasy changes up every iteration, making it each generation unique. So games like, okay, for instance, 10 had a sphere grid system. 7 had materia. 9 had gear giving you abilities. 3 was the origin of the job class system. Stuff like that makes each iteration feel unique. What does Pokemon have? The only thing that Pokemon has going for it with its uniqueness is, which is why we as a fans want it so badly, it's because of freaking gimmicks like Pokemon following you. Because that's all we're getting. That's why, when it comes to that shit, that's why breeding, shiny breeding, is becoming a big thing with fans, for who, like myself, who does not give a shit about PvP. And stuff like that. It's because there's nothing... Pokemon does not do anything to change, is my point. So we do things, or have things that make it feel unique, which is why buying outfits in this generation, again, is a big thing to me. Because that's all it has that makes it feel different. Is that you're a trainer, and they look different from every other dang person on the planet. Which is amazing. Because that's nice, while it's still limited. But yeah, that's its biggest thing for Pokemon right now, is that it has nothing going for its main battle mechanics. They have not changed up much in terms of that at all. I'm glad they changed a few things, like how certain Pokemon evolve. Maybe they changed up, making it easier. Beauty stat. Or other things. Or, you know, they made EV grinding a little easier in some generations. That's fine that they're making it more prone towards modern gaming. But that's all they did. I would like it if they added in other mechanics. And I'm not talking about the shitty 3-on-3, 2-on-1, 3-on-3 rotation battle, reverse battle nonsense. I'm not talking about that piece of crap. Because I don't give a fuck about that. Because that's all Pokemon has. In terms of anything that changes up its flow, it's in the other battle types. And who honestly gives a fuck about those kind of fights? Now, when you come down to with RPGs that have, you know, a party of like 3 or 4 people, yeah, Pokemon kind of lacks that department. But when you implement a thing that allows you to do other RPG style stuff, you kind of lose it. That's why I did not care about the 2-on-1 or 3-on-3 battles, the rotation fights, or any of the other nonsense that Pokemon has. Because all it is just gimmick side stuff that is not important to the main flow of the gameplay. It's unfortunate. I would have loved to see those more commonly used, just not in the way they did. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a big fan of the 3-on-3 fights or whatever. Anything beyond 1-on-1. That's just because that's how Pokemon is formed. But I would prefer it to be like a typical RPG, how it's like this, 3 on whoever, or 4 party members to a thing, but they don't. But that's fine. Because that's what Pokemon is, though. It's you basically go around, you capture everything in the game. That's also a big thing comparatively to other RPGs, is that you're going around capturing every monster. That's Pokemon's biggest advantage to me, is that I've always loved stuff like that. You know, games that you can collect your opponents or whatever, you know, stuff like that. Like, that's why that's a big feature in Code of Princess for me. Even though I haven't really dabbled much past the story when I beat it. But the fact that you can do the story again, but with every character, the idea just amazes me. That's always been a big thing for me. Okay, I'm going to go down the list now, because I don't know who has what. Okay, you have Protector. I think that's all I could equip, though. Yeah. All right. And that's my rant on Pokemon. Honestly, though, it's the truth, though. Honestly, if Pokemon's going to continue the route that it's going, which is nothing, the same, then it, as a series, is not going to grow. And unfortunately, that's just how it is. We're getting older. Pokemon is getting older, but they're not doing anything new. And I can understand that. It's a series. It's a thing that works. Why change it? Unfortunately, though, you're going to eventually lose someone. With a series that progresses, you eventually have to lose somebody. Because even the diehards of fans of something are eventually going to dislike something about something of something, and eventually it's just going to fall off. Regardless of Pokemon working out for Nintendo, I was going to say Gearbox, for Nintendo, it might be dropping off of its earliest fan bases. Because it's picking up a lot of today's issues where they make it so it's easier for modern audiences. So what it's doing is it's picking up a lot of kids today, but it's dropping off a lot of the kids who grew up with the series. So people like myself who are now realizing, I think we're just getting a little too old for Pokemon, which is not even really the thing behind it, because you're never too old for Pokemon. You're never too old for an RPG. The big issue is it's just, it hasn't done anything else. So there's really nothing to entice us into the series. So unfortunately, it's going to drop some of its fan base off, whether it's Modern's fan base or if it's past fan base. Someone's going to eventually drop out. Alright, let's go save one more time. Now that we got some gear and weapon for you. Wow, despite all that, I really did not lose much money. Despite the fact that I'm also not using save states either. Unlike 2, where I would be like, okay, save state just in case I buy a weapon I can't use, so I can just reload. Here, I'm actually playing for real. So well, not for real, because I've always been playing for real. I'm just trying not to save state as much as I was. Because I realized, yes, it helped, but it also took away a lot of that, like, true RPG feel. Because technically I should have died, gone through the dungeon 50 fucking times, but there's some cases in some games, Final Fantasy 1, 2, or Phantasy Star 1 or 2, that I said fuck that. Specifically the end of Phantasy Star 2, where I had to go through that dang dungeon just to go to that last dungeon. So I had to go through like 2 dungeons. I had to go through a dungeon to get to another dungeon, and then exit that dungeon, go through this dungeon again to go freaking heal, and then back. Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that. I don't have the time is the problem. Giant! Holy shit! At 46 damage, though. I think I know where I do need to go, and it's that dungeon that is where I was earlier. It's literally, I think, the first stop I made when I got to this hub, or overworld. Which is technically right below me. It's so south from me. I am... I'm not lost. I never was really lost. It was just more annoying to remember which spots I covered without having the use of a map in my face or this map, because I have your computer open with a map just so I can help myself. But even that isn't enough to really help me, because that's why I'm opening up this map now to see where I am currently. But yeah, like... this is why I'm bad at old school RPGs with an open world. Or such, because I can't remember... I cannot remember. I don't have the memory to remember this layout. I have to play the game enough times. Once ain't enough. I have to play the game like maybe 5 or 6 times or more. In succession, too. I can't do it in one time, and then play the game like 5 years later. Oh, beat it again. Beat it another 2 years later. Beat it again. No, I have to beat it like in mad succession in order for me to remember stuff like this. I think they're literally just trying to lure me into one area. But just think about it, though. All this time that I was using a map for Phantasy Star 1, Phantasy Star 2, Final Fantasy 1, and Final Fantasy 2, and 3 for what I used of it. 3, I actually did really well without using a map. I used it towards, like, the mid and end game for some dungeons, and even then, I only used it for, like, 1 or 2 dungeons, because some of them were the splitting dungeons, but nonetheless, I did very good on Phantasy Star 3, or Final Fantasy 3, without using any map guide. I don't use a walkthrough. Any map guide or, of that nature. Because for the most part, I use the in-game's map, the midget bread item. For the most part, I actually progressed all of 3 without any sort of FAQ, which is nice. Because I didn't use any FAQ for the games except for Phantasy Star 1, but even then, that was just for the dungeons, and you can't really use a FAQ on some shitty-ass dungeons like that, because it's all the fucking same, and trust me, the text walkthroughs to get me through a dungeon, ugh. But yeah. And you saw me with that dungeon from the first overworld in this, that, I guess, fiery dungeon where I got the sapphire gem from. I was literally going through that dungeon multiple times because I didn't know if I missed everything. I didn't know if that was the right way to go, and that was just a small dungeon with a dead end. Just to get the sapphire item. Will I ever play Persona? I don't know. I don't know. Is there a good one to start from? I'm not the kind of guy who likes to jump in the midst of a series, though, either, if any of them continue. So if there's any of them that are sequels, I want to start at the very beginning. If none of them connect, then I'm fine with it. But I still want to play as earliest as I can. Because I don't want to just play, Persona 5, and then why do that when I can play through the beginning of it all? Ooh, the first 2 are on PS1. Oh. Nice. I just want to, even if a series doesn't connect like Final Fantasy, I want to experience and see where it all started. So, I mean, once I get through some of these franchises, I don't see why not. Is that your request? You probably can't do it on phone, but there's if you're ever on the computer, you can hover over the screen with your cursor towards the right of my screen should pop up a PSO red box. And if you click that, it allows you to redeem your in-chat currency, which is Meseta, by watching my videos. You get them from either watching me live or just watching my videos in general. And you can basically turn in your hard-earned chat money into video game requests. I'm just saying. That's a fun incentive for all the chatters out there, because it's actually been used twice. And I just got it. It's actually been used 3 times now for people to request me a game. And I got to get through them. First one was already done, which was a Bullet Hell by the name of Toho. The second game I'm doing is Eternal Darkness, and the third game I'm doing at the request of Zero, Half-Life. Have fun, because all 3 of those games were blind. Then more hentai game. Oh, good. So you're going to request me to play a hentai game? Really? Hopefully it's toned down, because there's no way for me to mute, block, or any of it. Well, I know this is the right way, because this is one, it's the only... Porn away? Sure. It's the only dungeon on this overworld that looks the way it does. All the other dungeons were inside of a cave. This dungeon looks like a freaking unfinished sandcastle. It's kind of how I know. Great. And I don't like how they divided it. All right. Oh, good. There's only 2 of them. Good. Do I actually have to go through some of these floors? Like, is there reasons for some of these extra floors that I gotta... That's not what I want. I want this item, please. Yes, I will, actually use this monomate. Or actually, I'll just use a dimate. Come here. Thank you. There you go. I found a Trimmet. I got an upgrade. Yay! I actually could have used a monomate instead, but whatevs. So it does look like I do have to bounce around a bit, but... It just looks like the first floor connects to almost everything on its own. Not quite, but yeah, so I do have to bounce around between certain floors to get everything. That's fine. Hello! Lyle, remember me, Vries? Lyle, with the sapphire? I need your help to thaw out the whole world. I need your help to thaw out my whole world. Dude, girl problems, I can't handle them. You need to handle your own problems on your own there, sir. See what I did there? People are dying from cold and starvation. Oh, well, that took an interesting turn. I was going to say that women are cold, heartless bitches and they need to thaw. Farther in here are the weather system controls. Your Ren cyborg can fix it all up in no time. In return, I'll join your party to help out. Yay! A 4th party member! Thanks. So give me the only guy in my party that looks like he's up to no fucking good. Literally just look at that portrait. First off, my main character, Reese, looks like he's doing the anime weeb crying. Mew just looks overly beautiful, and then there's Ren, who looks like he's just tired of existing. And then there's this guy. This guy who just has some shit-eating grin on his face. He's got that pure evil look. Like, honestly, in Final Fantasy II, I called it that the main character, one of the main characters that you named, happened to be Zero in my playthrough, was actually one of the main big bads of 2, if you want to call it that, considering you only fight him once and then he's dethroned from his position and then he's into your party. Still, the fact remains that I called that Zero, who wasn't going to be part of my party till about maybe 30 hours into the game, I'd say about halfway through, that he was actually the bad guy. And now I'm calling it here that Lyle has something to do with the bad team. Maybe not. Sometimes I'm good at calling out. Sometimes I'm not good at reading between the lines. But something about him not only giving me the sapphire, but also is literally, I don't know, he can't be that bad if he's also wanting to prevent this world hunger and world freezing, which is also a common problem in this game. Because it's been mentioned already before that there's a world hunger going on here. What is with these games? Like, 2's premise was basically, oh, there's this big monster. Mother Brain is creating all these monsters, and this planet's not getting enough resources and rain and yada yada, so we gotta go and stop all that. Nada, nada, nada. Okay. Pure evil. Indeed. What am I even fighting? Ow. Ow. Stop that. When I actually get time with it, the battle theme is not bad. This dungeon theme is particularly not even that bad. It's just it's just that you hear it repeat and loop so much because it doesn't even get a chance to finish. Is what kills it for me. And even then, when it came to, was it 9, I think, that had that issue? Or 7, or whatever, 10? Or the original 10 that had, I don't remember, that had the music loop, or the music restart bug, or whatever issues it had. And it didn't even bother me in those games because a lot of the music in those games just meshed to me. But for some reason, now it's standing out. Alright, so there's the climate control box thing. Well, we're at this ain't, well, weather controls. Yes, climate, weather, whatever, nada. But this ain't climate control from Phantasy Star 2. That's a total different thing. Because in 2, everything dried up. The dams, or the portion in the center of town that originally was a wellspring of water, all dried up, so I had to release all the dams. That was the premise of that. These guys do too much damage. My god, it's alive. Pure evil. Pure evil. What do you have? A lot less than I thought, but maybe I should start using your techniques and fights. Entitled. Yeah. Okay. Gonna go and watch a movie with the girl? Nice. Well, enjoy. Thank you for sticking around. And hello to the missus as well. Have a good one, you guys. See you later. Watching Good Boys. Nice. Enjoy your movie. My mate. Oh my god, still alive. Ugh. Oh my god. Oh no. God. Oh. What the fucking hell? Oh. Well, alright then. Hmm. Oh my god. Being down a party member doesn't help me. Ah. Really not much else, is there? Ren fixed the weather control system. I owe you more than I can ever repay. Please come with me and see my beautiful land. We can go by ship from the village of Racel. Oh. Lord Almighty. Oh, 'cause 2 of my guys are dead, that's why. What's that? What is that beeping? Then beep beep. That. It just does not, it just feels odd that that's part of the beat. Right. You use staves? Okay, you can use the hunting knife. Good. Well. So now we have to go back to Aquatica. That's the second overworld. But that's also the overworld he mentioned that he's from. Also, that is the overworld that was frozen. So now we have to get back to Aquatica. I don't... I really need to get him up on that other gun. Thought I'd try. I believe this was the one. And then I go up here. $156, 81, 1. Yeah, I'm surprised Lyle hasn't leveled. Yay! It is nice though, this combat is more up to my speed. I can just spam, but half the time I'm not really even paying attention because of how fast the combat is. But it is nice that I could just spam sometimes and focus on Twitch. It's not so much that I could just spam it, it's just that I'm just so used to hitting the button that I didn't even realize that in Phantasy Star 2, if you don't mash the button, your character will literally just stay in the same attack. So that's... I didn't even realize that I was spamming the button so often that it just... my characters were continuing the attack. But that's fine. Can I stop bumping my mic, please? It's so, like, it's just right there. Like, I get it, it's right there, but it's just, it's, like, right where my hands are usually gesticulating. I didn't even know I didn't get that. Oh, that's an item I didn't get. I thought I got everything. I don't even know what I'm in. This was a cave. I get there's man-made stuff inside these caves. Inside caves, but it just looks like I'm inside of some type of mechanical thing. Like, this does not seem natural at all. I get it, it's supposed to all look like it's man-made. I get it. And then there was a weather control system in one of these, but it just, like, why does every cave look like it's... I don't know. Alright. Well, this is what it's... This is its unfrozen state. Nice. Hunting staff, hunting knife. I need more laser needles. Some people across the sea worship Leia. This is Russell, stranger, small fishing village. Yeah, but you guys are free to fish now. We minstrels know ancient legends. My favorite is the one that tells of our people fleeing a terrible evil thing called the Dark Forest. The legend says we are the last survivors of a race that sailed between the stars. Alright. So now we just go on this boat, I guess? Because there's a boat right here, so... And this is his hometown. That's what he said. I land Ego. Battles Shosaran, Leia's land. Our land, Ego. Battles Shushoran, Leia's land. Oh my god. And they love these fountains. Wait. Huh. It's not much, but fine. I'll take the... I'll have that. Hunting knife. Wow, hunting staff? It's better than a knife? Interesting. I need my laser noodle. Laser needle. Stories tell of monsters appearing in fountains, especially the fountains of Shusharan. Stop it. A young woman was taken into Shusharan's castle. Am I close to this castle? So what's the point of a dock? The dock has to... What the hell? Okay, what is this, Bleach now? Reminds me of the guy Rukia fought. Actually, no, wait. The guy Rukia fought is someone different. It was the guy Byakuya fought after Rukia became unconscious. It was the weird flower douchebag guy. This is some jams. There we go, there we go. Yes, I'm saving. Yes, I'm saving. I'm in a new town. Now, if only it would change up a bit. Oh, nothing unusual. Okay, so I'm in the right town. Well, I'm gonna need money. He's doing the Naruto posing. Either could be doing this, or he's doing this. Nope, he's definitely doing this. Not bad. Not bad, honestly. 37. Oh no, poison. Ugh. You just don't want to level, do you? I have good feelings about the rest of this series, the rest of Phantasy Star 3, not the whole series as a general, but I do have a good feeling about the rest of the series. It's going to end strong. I do have a good feeling about this game being better than I think. Unless it improves drastically from here on out, this game is not going to get any better for me. In fact, it's probably just not going to be a very good game, but I have very good thoughts on this game. I feel like it's going to start off bad. Overall, its presentation is horrible. Its overworld is bleh. And its colors that they use, bleh. The music they use, bleh. But I feel like it's going to get better. Not only in its predecessors, but also in this upcoming sequels. Yeah. I just feel like it went a step backwards. Like, the characters no longer animate, which is fine. They have animations for when they attack, but then you also don't see yourself. Like, I don't know what they were thinking with this. Also, what bothers me is that the sky... Never mind. I was going to say what bothers me is that there's bars across the top and bottom half of the screen that you barely see. So, for your perspective, it doesn't look like much. But for mine, it looks like the sky is just not touching that top layer, but it is. It's just that there's a border around it that you don't see. You kind of see it at the bottom, though. It's the blue at the bottom. Did the music change the moment I started doing inputs? Yes, it did. I'm actually starting to somewhat like some of the music changes. That's what someone commented yesterday. So it's really... I'm starting to somewhat notice it now more. Steel claw, steel staff, ceramic shot, ceramic needle, ceramic noodle. Hunting ribbon, steel chest. Ooh, I got some armor to buy. I also like Final Fantasy 3's implementation to tell you what you can equip. I'm hoping that becomes a thing in these soon. No NPCs besides the ones in the shops. Sure, I'll save again. Just to get me healed, more or less. Yeah, but there's no one here. Huh. I was gonna see if there's an empty building that has no shop in it, but maybe people to talk to. I was like, why did... I don't know why I had to do that. Some people across the sea worship Leia. I'm assuming that that's what that castle is. You saved us. Feel free to use my ship, heroes. Oh. Well, I thank you. I mean, I already have commandeered it, but thanks. I was wondering whose boat that was. Probably couldn't even talk to these guys. I don't think everyone was around. I don't think there's a few NPCs I don't think I met when I first came here. I know that there was people who were talking about the fact that they couldn't fish anymore, so that's definitely a change. Huh. I wonder if there's a benefit to the frozen variety of this? Not like it matters, I can't go anywhere while it's frozen anyway. This boat won't move otherwise. What town is this? Or land. Okay, this is Egui. Yes, this is the town of Agoe, or whatever it is pronounced. Anything here? Stories, blah blah blah. Monsters appearing in the fountains, especially the fountains of... Yeah, that castle. No matter how hard we try, Leia's folk beat us. Do they now? Alright. Ego a castle. From one castle to another, from one leader to another. My people are not strong enough to beat Shishoran. If the land's attack will be wiped out. Sushoran seems peaceful, but evil lurks within. Yes, it lurks within the green-haired man. Castle is now heavily fortified. Okay. How do I get around it? I like how that this game divides up the castles and towns. I like that, but I like Final Fantasies better. I don't know, just the way they did it. But that's cool. So now we've been to Ego Castle. Is there a monster in here? Excuse me? Okay. How? I would never... I was just trying to talk to it and see if there was a monster in there. I guess this is what they mean by the monsters in the fountain. I guess that's their tip. Hey, there's monsters in fountains, or this specific fountain or whatever. Here, there's a dungeon. Yeah, I didn't think about that. I didn't think anything of it either. The fact that there's monsters coming out of these fountains, I should have realized. Oh wait, maybe that means that there's a dungeon. But I didn't think about that. Not only that, I knew that I didn't know there was a dungeon in this town, but with the list of the places on the maps that I have, it says the name of the dungeon. However, I didn't know it was in the fountain. I thought there was like an off spot that I may have to access, maybe, you know, get to the castle. Maybe there's a dungeon there, but oh. This must be the only way into the castle. Since it's locked. Get out of here, you Five Nights at Freddy reject. Oh. I don't get what the middle of... I don't get what this section is for. According to the map, it shows there's nothing there. Nice. By the time I got to them, I pretty much killed off everything, which is really nice. Alright, so according to the map, this has nothing in it, which is correct. Nine. Just die already. Let me see, it's a mass heal. That makes sense. I haven't even seen fluid, though. I've been getting nothing but mates. What is that damage on Mew all of a sudden? My God. You just don't want to level. Okay, so I'm in the castle now. I see nothing but... Oh, good. Good. You know that this castle's bad. Okay. Even though I can kind of reach most of the stairs without this, I just want to see where it all leads. And this staircase only leads to one other spot, and that's not a spot with chests, so... Oh my god. Stop. Jesus, die. I have these guys to take care of. They're not all that strong, but... well, health-wise. But they do a lot of damage regardless. All that did was take me to the top one, which I could have accessed already. So yeah, that kind of was useless. It just saved me a trip walking around. Yes. Yes, get rid of the rocks. There's way too many of them. Go Mew! Holy Lord. Sir! Would you level? Yay. Lyle finally leveled. Lord, why do you take so much? It feels like you take too much. Even though it's not. I was on the stairs, though. But it's not a lot. But it just feels like his amount of experience is much more than what mine are, and I'm a higher level. I probably leveled like 5 times that he did. Thank you! I was on them, though! This is a weird castle design. Also, who has castles with a bunch of staircases in random spots? That leads to a dungeon that was used for whatever reason. Glop? Glop attacks? That's his name? His name's Glop? That's great. That laser gun is so good. I've always enjoyed the weapons like that. Like the one that, what's his name from the first one uses, and the one from 2. 2 is just improved upon, but the one from the first one is because they, it did like multiples of 5 to everybody. So I think like 15, 20, 25, and I think 30 was the more damaging guns, but 25 or 30, and I really, really loved those. Because it just made doing multiples of 5 damage to the whole enemy party is amazing. Or was it, or did it increase by multiples of 10? Either or. Oh, god damn it. Oh, I really would really go for some more right now. But he hasn't called. I love that. Just die, though. I really should focus on using some magic. Okay. Give me this. Damn it. I've been ambushed. Well, alright. Don't poison me. Foy. Ow. Ow! What do you got? Let's try it. And Lyle, what do you got? Oh, you got it again. You got it too? Nice. And I guess me. Sure, because I got... that's probably a waste, but whatever. Okay. It's not bad, but it's still bad. That's better. 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 Alright. Okay, that's not bad for crowd control. Okay. Oh, poison. Fuck you, poison. That's fine. Alright, so this just leads to that chest and one other staircase. Let's try Zahn. Ooh. And Lyle, let's try that, I guess, sure. Ow, ow. Yes. Ow. I really need some upped weaponry and upped armor. But that's okay. Alright, that should be about good. Alright, I have no technique. That's right. Anti... What does that do again? 4 grand Susan. No, she's at the band. No. Oh. I don't know what I did. Okay. It was effective, to say the least. I think I went into the staircase that are right below me. I believe I went into that. Yeah, I got every chest then. Oh, Renegade on level. Nice. All that's really left for me to do is talk to that person, I would assume. Where I'm heading... Oh, it's her. How'd she get here? I found her. Please help me take her away. Lyle. If you want her back, fight for her. I have to leave you now, Prince Riss. I'll explain why later if things work out. Why? What? If you want her, you have to fight for her. I don't even know what was happening, because I wasn't expecting that. Found... I take it that's his wife he found. They did say there was an odd woman who was taken to this castle. Or whatever. A strange person, odd person, I don't know. Either way, he also has left the party for reasons. That other NPC wasn't there before. Now it's the time to see you really fight. Okay. Why? Son... Motherfucker. I'll wait on that one. Oh, fuck. Are you kidding me? After all that. That's all right. I'll be back to that fight next stream. But there's going to be a lot more planning. I need to grind. I need to get money. And I need to buy better shit. So next time, we're going to... When I stream tomorrow, I'm going to work my way up there again. So for tomorrow, we don't got to worry about this dungeon and that. So I'm going to grind for some money, get some gear, get some better equipment. And we're going to fuck this dude up. We're going to fuck Lyle up. Of course, he's harder as a boss than he is as a normal opponent. But I hope y'all enjoyed some Phantasy Star 2. There's some good progression, I feel. We got 3 characters. 2 technically today, because I had her since last stream. So we got that. Did a bit of progression. We actually had some people straight up telling me where to go. So we got this guy. Well, we had to go and get Ren. Then we did the weather machine, which we unfroze everything. Then we found out that this guy's hometown, we can go back there, take the boat, and now we're in the castle of, they said that there was a woman who was taken to this castle, and that's where we're at. I'm assuming the woman we saw him guarding might have been her, because he did say you gotta fight for it. So obviously I did say something about this guy seems off. I don't know, I gotta go repay attention to that dialogue that pops up midway through before I actually go and fight him. And figure out what the heck's going on. And he literally tells me to fight for my woman, leaves, and then fights me. Tells me that he'll join at a later time and tell me why. I don't get that, but this guy just looks evil. And just by the thought of the fact that he left my party just to fight me as a boss fight. I don't know if he's testing me or what's going on, but that just feels shady right there to me. Either way, have a good one, guys. I will see you tomorrow.